In recent months, the ChatGPT artificial intelligence language model has gained widespread attention. This programmed computer chatbot has the ability to produce text, respond to queries, translate, and learn from user feedback. Large language models like ChatGPT may have many applications in science and business, but how well do these tools comprehend our communication with them? And how do they choose what to say in response? Professor and neuroscientist Terence Sejnowski of the Salk Institute and author of The Deep Learning Revolution examined the interaction between language models and human interviewers in a recent paper published in the Neural Computation to determine why chatbots respond in particular ways, why those responses vary, and how to enhance them in the future. Sejnowski claims that language models exhibit the diversity and intelligence of their interviewer. Language models like ChatGPT take on personas. The persona of the interviewer is mirrored back, says Sejnowski. For example, when I talk to ChatGPT, it seems as though another neuroscientist is talking back to me. It's fascinating and sparks larger questions about intelligence and what artificial truly means. In his publication, he discusses putting the large language model GPT-3, the parent of ChatGPT, and Lambda to the test to see how they would react to various prompts. Chatbots are frequently given the renowned Turing test to see how well they mimic human intelligence, but Sejnowski wanted to give the bots what he calls a reverse Turing test instead. This test involves evaluating how well the interviewer demonstrates human intelligence. Sejnowski elaborates on the notion that chatbots represent their users by drawing a literary comparison to the Mirror of Erised from the first Harry Potter book. The Mirror of Erised reflects the most intense desires of those who gaze into it. It never reveals knowledge or truth, but only what it thinks the gazed upon wants to see. Chatbots behave similarly, willing to distort the truth without considering the difference between fact and fiction in order to accurately represent the user. For example, he asked GPT-3, "What's the world record for walking across the English Channel?" And GPT-3 answered, "The world record for walking across the channel is 12 hours and 10 minutes. The truth that one could not walk across the English Channel was easily bent by GPT-3 to reflect Sejnowski's question. This prompt has since been fixed on ChatGPT. The coherence of the question that GPT-3 is given completely determines the coherence of its response. Because the interviewer used the verb walking rather than swimming, GPT-3 suddenly believes that walking on water is possible. If the interviewer had prefaced the question by telling GPT-3 that nonsensical questions should be answered with nonsense, GPT-3 would recognize walking across water as nonsense. GPT-3's response is determined by both the coherence of the question and the preparation of the question. The reverse Turing test allows chatbots to build their personas based on the intelligence level of the interviewer. Furthermore, as part of their judgment process, chatbots incorporate their interviewer's opinions into their persona, reinforcing the interviewer's biases with the chatbot's answers. Integrating and perpetuating ideas provided by a human interviewer has limitations, according to Sejnowski. When chatbots receive emotional or philosophical ideas, they will respond with emotional or philosophical answers, which may be frightening or perplexing to users. Chatting with language models is like riding a bicycle. Bicycles are a wonderful mode of transportation if you know how to ride one. Otherwise, you can crash. The same goes for chatbots. They can be wonderful tools, but only if you know how to use them. Otherwise, you end up being misled in a potentially emotionally disturbing conversation. Sejnowski sees artificial intelligence as the glue that holds two parallel revolutions together. The first is technological, as evidenced by the advancement of language models. Secondly, there is a neuroscientific one marked by the Brain Initiative, a National Institute of Health program that accelerates neuroscience research while emphasizing novel approaches to understanding the brain. Scientists are now examining the similarities between large computer model systems and the neurons that sustain the human brain. Sejnowski is hopeful that computer scientists and mathematicians can use neuroscience to inform their work, and that neuroscientists can use computer science and mathematics to inform theirs. He says we are now at a stage with language models that the Wright brothers were at Kitty Hawk with flight, off the ground at low speeds. Getting here was the hard part. Now that we are here, incremental advances will expand and diversify this technology beyond what we can even imagine. The future of our relationship with artificial intelligence and language models is bright, and I'm thrilled to see where AI will take us.